Three Group 1s on Derby Day. The Coolmore Stud Stakes down the Flemington 1200 metres straight for the 3-year-olds. And this race boasts quite an honour roll of 3-year-olds.
Yeah, it certainly does, Marto. Cracking race again this year. So many different angles. I know we've lost a couple of key scratchings, but I still think it's a terrific race. And you look right through that list, some absolute stars of the turf.
A filly won it last year for Godolphin in secret. You're tipping back-to-back wins for the blue team, but with a colt this time in Cylinder, who was good, close up in the Tab Everest last time out.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah, he battled away really well. Here he is, and as we pick up the replay here, and look, prior to this, he probably should have won a Golden Rose. I thought they were far too negative with the tactics. He was wide, no cover throughout, and I just think if he got on speed there and got the run after jumping so well, he would have won that race. Here he is with all the big guns. I know he got the weight relief, but he was super this day. He's got to go down the straight, sure, but this is a beautiful platform to this race.
Second pick is OZZMOSIS. Sydney side has been freshened and has won a jump out here.
Yeah, he has. Jumped out really well. Look, he was disappointing. There's no doubt about it last time out, but his form prior to that was terrific. I think he's still a real up-and-comer. I'm Unstoppable just continues to race well. Love his late strength in races. And Shinzo, well, I think he's been disappointing this prep, but Chris Wallace talking him up big time this week. He thinks he's ready to peak here today.
All right, Brad, let's have a look at the selections from Gator. He's a V8 man, 4 to beat 1, 2 and 18. Cylinder, the favourite on the tab, fixed $3.90 this morning, late $4.40 back into $4.20. Shinzo is $4.40 into $4 back to $4.40. I'm Unstoppable, best back to roll both. It was $9 this morning, late $9.50 into $7. There's support for V8 as Gator's on top of $14 into $10 amongst the others on the tab, trading with 70 seconds away. Bookmakers, last 15 minutes, Cylinder $3.70 out to 4, Shinzo $4.40 into $4.20 back to $4.40. I'm Unstoppable has fans to beat both everywhere you look, Brad. It's horse number 10, Freshen, third of the jump outs after a last start second here behind Stretton Angel.
And really hit the line hard that day too, Marto. Beat King's Gambit prior to that as well, and you go back to his first up run behind Cylinder. I thought it was every bit as good, if not better, than that horse. Obviously Cylinder wasn't really ready that day, but he was first up as well. He's proven up the straight, and I think he's going to run a really good race. Surprises money for VA personally. I just don't like them 1,600 back to 1,200. I think it's an afterthought, and I just think those sort of horses are not going to be sharp enough here personally.
It's attracting good interest though with the bookies as well. V8, it's $12 into $9.50. It'll nibble for Michael Friedman's Moravia. 17 into 15, just goes back out to $16. And Nadal is $41 into $31. Cylinder the favourite, pretty solid at the top.
Yeah, Blinker's come off today. Look, he was potentially dragged up his rating there a bit in the Tab Everest by running so close to the big guns, but I thought he was good there with the weight relief there. He should have won the Golden Rose prior to that. Interesting to see him and Shinzo so close in the market, considering he had Shinzo's measure quite comfortably in the Tab Everest and even the Golden Rose prior to that. So I don't know, I guess we've got to respect what Chris Wallace says about Shinzo and that he can run a big race here. I think he's short enough though, considering he hasn't really done too much this prep so far.
First of the Group 1s for $2 million, the Coolmore Stud Stakes with Matt.
The big field here of 16, as it'll be Butch Cassidy, the final one to come along. Butch Cassidy will be the last. Ridden here by Jamie Spencer. Butch Cassidy comes up to the outside and the field is set. Ready for the Coolmore. Racing now. Standing there at the start was Mexico, missed it by some way. She light away cleanly, Cylinder out fast, and also in the middle of those Stretton Angel, OZZMOSIS, V8 show out. That's the order from Cylinder in 4th place. Arkansas Kid behind those horses. Shinzo's in about 6th or 7th position with Don Corleone. They were followed by Arkansas Kid, who's about 3 off the front as they've huddled up the middle at the 800 metres. OZZMOSIS, Cylinder, Stretton Angel together with V8. They were followed by Shinzo and Don Corleone from Tis Invincible. Over towards the far side, Salui in that group of horses. Then came Moravia. I Am Unstoppable between horses, and then came well back in the field She Light, Treasure Way, Butch Cassidy, Mexico and Nadal at the 400. OZZMOSIS in front by a length and a half to Shinzo. Then came V8, Arkansas Kid, and back behind those horses I Am Unstoppable. OZZMOSIS at the clock tower, led by a length to Shinzo, Arkansas Kid and I Am Unstoppable. Unstoppable is running on. The leader, Osmosis, with 50 metres to go. Osmosis is clear and will take it out by a length and a quarter. I Am Unstoppable second, Shinzo third, Photo fourth, V8 or Arkansas Kid, then Stretton Angel Nadal, next Butch Cassidy, Tis Invincible, She Light, further back Treasure Way in company with Mexico, and then came Cylinder, Moravia, Salui, and at the tail of the field was Don Corleone. Osmosis, Rachel King at $20.35 and $7 has virtually led all of the way in the Coolmore Stud Stakes. Rachel King becomes the first woman rider to win it,
as she claims her career fifth Group 1, and Björn Baker gets her fourth. Another $2,000 for the McGrath Foundation, and Osmosis claims as a colt his first Group 1 win.
Yeah, well done to Rachel King and all the connections. Björn Baker, look, he's been an exciting colt for some time. He was clearly below his best in the Roman Console, but back to his best today. $20 on the World Pool there. He's played a massive price for a horse that only had the one failure really in his entire career, but he had that race won a fair way out. I Am Unstoppable hit the line hard, but Osmosis today was his day.